Hello and welcome guys to a new video on my channel. Today I will talk about the Bold One phenomenon. It's a very popular analog horror by Dr. Noah. Shout out to him for doing this great analog horror. And without any further intro, let's get into it. Here we can see his channel, Dr. Noah. Thanks man. And yeah, here is a video from 1 year ago. Let's start into it. The video starts with a warning for us that the video we will watch contain really genderless elements which can cause mentally or physically problems to the viewer. So for this reason they are going to give us some tips that we could use to minimize this risk from getting affected by this video. And what you need before watching the video are earplugs, a pencil, a sheet of paper, and a Bible, and open it to Psalms 91:10. And then after you start watching to the video, if anything unusual happens while watching this video, like you hear some unusual things in your ears, then take your earplugs, put them in your ears, and start writing down on the sheet of paper with the pencil the following sentence. I can see this paper, I can see my hand, I can hear the screaming of thousands, I can hear the feast, I am a moving, breathing human being on planet Earth. But if you went like, I think 2 seconds before it, you can see here, I can see this paper, I have no hand, I can hear the laughter of thousands, I can hear the feast, I cannot move nor do what I want to. So basically what I think this red sentence is what you are going to listen, or what are you going to hear in your ears, and you gotta write down the opposite of what you are hearing in your ears. Yes. And then after writing down these words, you gotta recite Psalms 91 aloud or all over again, so nothing unholy happens in your mind. And yeah, here it was written down in Psalms 91:10. No evil shall befall you, and no plague shall come near you dwelling. And yeah, and after all of this, the only thing you could actually do is to pray, because this is all you can do. And then you have to call the authorities for them to help you, and they will do something with your brain. And this thing is to remove memories from your brain, so you don't remember watching this video, and by this you won't get affected anymore. And most persons or people who did this memory loss thing appear to have a normal life afterwards, but it says here many appear, so it was not really effective, let's just say. Okay, like you can see here, it's only this sentence: many appear to lead a normal life afterwards. Let's kind of start with the video, let's just say. And it was that in the late 1990s, documentary series which was shown on TV was run by a local station in Pennsylvania. You know, Pennsylvania is a state in the United States of America. And yeah, this broadcast was actually about nature and plants and animals and so, and it was primarily directed towards kids, so it was a show for kids about nature. The star of the show, or the director, let's just say, his goal of this broadcast was to show children and people how to protect themselves against the nature and the wonder of it, and how beautiful nature could be, and how the ecology works in the world. But something unfortunate happened, because the star died in early 2001, so the broadcast stopped. But for some reason, on August 13, 2003, the 13th episode of this broadcast was shown on the television, let's just say, across a lot of people. And this was at first the video, like this is the video it is normally.
And here is the opera.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah, by the way, in the video he's showing us, he's talking about the star of the show is talking about a venomous planet, I think it was, or a venomous animal, I'm not sure anymore.
China and Taiwan. One of these invasive species made its way to America in the 1700s. It took its ground here boldly. As many of us know, it's infamous.
I think he was talking about an animal. I think it was an animal that is venomous. And yeah, while one of these broadcasts was something hijacked the program, and unholy demonic figure appeared. He was talking towards the viewers, and his voice was really like, if you listen to him, you will feel uncomfortable. That's what I can tell you. And yeah, the person who was shown, or the thing what was shown on this broadcast, was referred to Fin 228. This was his name later. And yeah, another unusual thing what happened is that he was speaking in English, but for some reason all not English speakers who watch the broadcast could easily understand him, like he was talking to their minds in the language the brain could only understand. So yeah, that's really unusual. And before they show us a clip, they are telling us that it has been reversed, muffled, and damped, so to minimize the effect of this clip. And yeah, they want you to watch with blue light glasses and put your earplugs in for maximum security or safety. And here it starts. Yeah, and this was it. And the broadcast that was shown was referred to be broadcast 813. This is what they called it. And yet, actually, the broadcast was shown into around roughly 530 viewers or residents toward southern Pennsylvania. And yeah, many of the people who watched this broadcast felt uncomfortable after it, like probably you guys if you never watched the World War phenomenon. Actually, a lot of the viewers got a lot of side effects like anxiety, paranoia, and even more things that happen to be unnatural. Like some of the people, the picture of Fin 228 was stuck in their brain, and what he was telling them was also stuck in their brain. Actually, like for example, a victim said the face was living in his brain and feeding off his spine. Another described that before he goes to bed or she goes to bed, they heard trumpets playing their ears. Yeah, but this was only the beginning, because what happened afterwards was really catastrophic. Because there was a company called the Ephrata branch, and this company or brand cut off the power in completely northeast of the United States of America and some parts of Canada, to literally not allow people from viewing podcast 813 or watching it, so the less people get affected by it, although the damage has already been done. And yeah, here we can see what it actually happens, the power off. And yeah, some parts of Canada, New Jersey, Ohio, and New York, and they claimed that, oh, by the way, this blackout was really well known. It's a real event actually, so the YouTuber connected it to his phenomena, and where 50 million people didn't get power for one day, and some from many days later. And yeah, all traces or VHS or anything that had the podcast 813, it was collected by the Ephrata branch and wiped out from existence. They got rid of it. It was kind of already too late, because we will come to that later. The government didn't really say what caused this blackout, and they didn't say anything about podcast 813 and Fin 228. They said that a tree in Ohio, somewhere in Cleveland in Ohio, fell onto the power lines, and this caused a blackout in northeast Ohio, northeast USA. I don't know what is going with me, but I'm thinking about other things. I'm sorry guys if I'm always stuttering, but actually this barely happens to me, so I'm sorry again. And then after match, 12 days after the broadcast was blocked from the community, or from the community, let's just say, the amount of people that got infected, by the influx of pseudocoma. Okay, I think this is the name of the infection, let's just say. But what really happens in this pseudocoma is that you are locked into a locked instant. The only muscle that you can control is your eye muscles, because they are actually kind of connected to your brain. You can of course breathe, because you need breathing, and muscles help with breathing. but this happens automatically. So the only thing you could move from yourself is your eye muscles, and any other parts, no, you can't move any other parts. And yeah, like 509 people from the Nawa got affected by this syndrome, and until this day nobody really knows what causes this syndrome. Maybe, okay, we could kind of know what causes this syndrome, but we don't have a medicine for it. Like cancer, we don't have medicine for it. And the US Department of Health started directly investigating about these things. But there was one thing that all of these people had in common, and that one thing was all of them watched the podcast in 1913. And it's not a theory, it's true, that this broadcast caused them the locked-in syndrome, or caused them to be in the locked-in syndrome, or to have the locked-in syndrome. By the way, I think most of you know what the Morse code is, or heard by the Morse code. Morse code is a communication language invented by Morse, and his idea was to use like points and blanks and like beep 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 boop. So if you know it, to communicate using electricity or with your eyes, like, or even actually like drawing lines and points. So it's a really international, well-known communication language. And yeah, you could, like I said, you could use it to communicate through your eyes blinking, but most of the people didn't really know how to use the Morse code, so it was really hard to investigate with them. But only one person, called Zambarini, but I will call him Jonathan because it's hard to say all the time, Zambarini. I already started by saying his name. He was a former veteran in the Vietnam War, and he is very fluent in the Morse language. So he was a really important person towards a US Department of Health. Like I said, he was a war veteran and fluent in the Morse code. And yeah, after that, they found a very old picture that was drawn by not picture, a photo that taken by his grandson of Jonathan. And in this picture there was what was it, pin 228, but in his full form, where we could see him in the backyard of Jonathan's house. And before that, you gotta go away 3 feet away from the screen and get your blue light glasses for maximum safety. And here is the picture. We can see Fin 228. He's standing in the background next to a small playhouse, I should say. You can see he has no arms, no legs. He's just like a tower. He got spikes going out of his body, and he's really big. I think he was over 6 feet. And Johnson claims that something horrible and unholy was with him, but he can't tell us what this unholy thing is, because he would hurt him and possibly others if he described, like I said, to us what this unholy thing is. By the way, now they will show us a conversation through the internet between an officer called T. Gomez, and he's officer of the Frata brand, where he interviews. Well, I recorded this same video once last week, I think it was, but it got some recording issues. That's Job wasn't really his first name, but his full name is Job Zambarini. I would still call him Jonathan, because why not? And here we can see the video. Here's Gomez, and here down is Jonathan. He's lying down in his bed. He can move only like using his eyes. And now we will listen to the conversation between them both, or to the interview.
I'm Officer Gomez. Hope you're doing well today. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions regarding your condition and possibly unholiness within your home that your family had mentioned? Okay, first and foremost, did you notice any onset symptoms before you lost complete mobility of your body? Face, huh? When did you begin seeing this face? Interesting. Many of the people who have seen the broadcast that you saw on August the 13th described having vivid and upsetting hallucinations. Do you think this is something your brain has created? Can you please describe this face to me? I still don't see it. Have you been having any hallucination aside from the face? I'm sorry to hear that. Are these screams constant? Thank you. You shedding light on this is helping more than you know.
And yeah, as we can see, Ramos asked him about some things that when he started to see Fin 228 and what, like basically normal questions. They would interview him about the broadcast and so on. But in the end, the interview got disconnected, and we saw that Fin 228 was showing up behind the window. I think even he said that he himself, Johnson said it himself.
When did you begin seeing this face? Interesting. On August the 13th, described having vision has created?
Here it says, no, it is in the window, like you are seeing. And we can see, if you look here at this poster where it's ready to give it to God and go to sleep, continue forwards, we can see that it changed to I can see you. And I think it's probably Fin 228 who was telling that to Jonathan. This is a complete broadcast. It was a clip of the Bolton phenomenon, which caused a lot of people to get into the locked-in syndrome.
Listen closely. Do you hear it? You will hear the laughter of thousands as the sky opens up. You will hear the trumpets play their happy sounds. The streaming blood of life will pour down onto us all. Together, we will be still. Together, a feast fit for a king. Together, melded by love and purest connection. Be still.
Then the video or the clip got disconnected, and they show us that this video is not good or dangerous, and for this reason they are going to end it. And yeah, as we can see, it ended. Okay guys, I think you liked the video, and I wish you understand the Bolton phenomenon. And remember, it's just analog horror. Analog horror is not a real thing, so no worries about it. And that you can see, oh please wear some blue lights glasses. No, it's just the introduction. And this introduction made really the Bolton phenomenon really go viral. Like, look, in 1 year it got over 5.4 million views. So like, it was really successful and very good. So hell yeah, it was great. I wish you understand it, and good day.